Hello, Principles of Energy. Welcome to a module overview for the question, the elongated question that you found in assignments. And so to begin, it's broken down into different parts. And so the first part, the A part, is the composite structure of the floor is made of carpet and it has an R value, subfloor, R value, airspace between joists with R value. And so the first step is to find all the R values. So we're just going to do the sum of R values. And for that, I get 2.3 feet squared, hours, degrees Fahrenheit over BTU, because that is the R value unit. Question B, if there are 6,500 degree days in this area, find the heat loss through the floor. And so now we're going to start adding in how much air is moving through. For this one, you have a degree day. So you're going to be using the Q total equation of the sum of 1 over R values times their area. And that's done together. Then that times 24 hours in a day times the degree day. So the first thing that I'm plugging in is the R value from A. And that's just times 1 because we're just doing it by the area of foot square times 24 hours in a day times the degree day of 6,500. And a degree day unit is day, degrees Fahrenheit, year. So I can cross out the units I don't need, and I'm left with foot squares over BTU. For every foot square in the course of the year, I will lose 67,860 feet squared in their BTU. Brings me to the next part, which is to figure out the price of the fuel. If price of the fuel is $10 per million BTUs, find the heating cost per foot squared of flooring for the heating season in the uninsulated floor. So now we're just going to figure out how many BTUs, knowing that a million BTUs cost $10. So I can just take my number from B, divide it by a million BTUs. BTUs is going to cancel out, and then times that by $10. And I get 68 cents per foot square per year. So depending on the area of the structure, I can figure out how much loss total for the entire structure it would be by just timesing the area. So the next part is D. So now D, we're going to start to insulate the flooring. So here we go with insulation to the floor. And we basically have 6 inches of fiberglass insulation with an R19. We're going to add that between the joists on the floor structure. And we want to know what percentage this reduction in heating loss will occur by adding an R19. So the first thing I'm going to do is add my R19 to the sum of my original floor structure R's. So my answer for A. So I'm going to add my R19 to my answer for A. And I get 21.3 feet squared, hours, degrees Fahrenheit, BTU. And then if I want to figure out how much of a reduction in percentage, I'll take the 19 by my total, and I get an 89% reduction. This brings me to the next part. So now that we have all this, we can continue with question E. If there are 6,500 degree days in the area, find the heating loss through the 6-inch fiberglass insulation. So now we're going to do the same thing that we did in the previous part B, but we're going to do it for our new R value. So we're going to find our Q times the sum of all our R's and areas times 24 hours in a day times our degree day. And for that, I'm going to cross out my units, and I get 7,313.4 feet squared, BTUs, year. If I subtract that from what I found in question B, I get a difference of 60,544 feet squared BTUs per year. So that brings us to the question of cost. How much will it cost me to see the difference in cost of energy loss through this floor? So now the difference is that I have my question and it has 7,316.4 divided by a million. BTUs cancels out. And so the cost of loss of energy is 7 cents per foot square per year. And I just realized I'm writing everything wrong. I'm sorry, that was question F previously. The previous question I wrote D, but I think I said E. And this is question G. So the G says this is for the insulation of the fiberglass. It's going to cost us 40 cents per square foot. What will be the payback time as a result of the energy savings? So I'm not going to have to spend that money on loss of energy. And so if I take on my insulation savings, I can see that it's going to cost me 7 cents. 7 cents minus the 67 is 60 cents total savings. So I'm saving 60 cents since it's only going to cost me 40 cents per year. The payback is less than 1 year, and it would actually be about 8 months. But if I equate in seasons, it comes out to be about a difference of 6 months because I'm not going to heat all year round depending on location. But overall, that is the answer to these questions, and I hope this walkthrough helps you out a great deal.